Yo, what's up? I believe we are about to go live, man.
Okay.
What's good with you, man?
What's going on, man?
Good. I want to thank everybody for coming in and rocking with us over here at the 101.1 The Culture radio station and podcast. And today I got my dog T-Maine in the building with me. We kind of testing some new things out, so if everything ain't going right, I'm gonna have the people bear with us. But first and foremost, man, how you doing today?
What's going on, man? I'm blessed, man. How about yourself?
Man, I cannot complain, man. I'm like super excited about what we're doing. Um, my whole thing has been about the culture, and so you definitely been playing a huge part about the culture here in Birmingham. So, first off, tell us who you are, a little bit about yourself, because we're gonna get into all that during the interview, and where you from.
Okay, man. If nobody don't know me, man, my name T-Maine Bham. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, off the west side, West End. If anybody know anything about West End, man, especially late 80s, mid 90s, early 2000s, so uh, yeah, man, came from a single parent household. Um, my mama she had 5 kids,
Man,
you know, man, just the typical. I don't want to go, just the typical hood story, man. Single parent. Uh, I got things I ain't supposed to when I was younger. But
got
just
you.
preserved through all that, I still graduated and stuff. So, but
So, what school did you go to?
with the West End High School,
Okay, so you a
true West End,
true West
yeah,
End.
man,
Okay,
yeah, born and raised.
okay. So I lived on this side when I was younger. So my folks stayed right off Jefferson
Oh, okay.
when I was young, and then my grandparents stayed in Titusville, right off Green Springs. So
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I'm familiar with the West
West
Side.
Side,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
West Side is worldwide. Everywhere you go, there's a West Side.
yeah.
So I know you talked a little bit about the typical upbringing. So you said your mom had 5 kids. Were you oldest, youngest, in the middle?
Middle child.
Middle child.
Mm-hmm.
So how was that like growing up as like the middle child? They always say that you know the oldest child might be um, the favorite, or the youngest might be the favorite, and the middle child you know learns a lot from both of them. How was that growing up?
You know what? I never thought about it till now,
Okay.
and I wasn't. I'm not gonna say I really don't know who the favorite was, but I did learn from both sides,
Okay.
from being in the middle, and um, like out of all my mama kids, I'm the only one that got a high school diploma. But I
Oh
do
wow,
have,
that's what's up.
but I do. I ain't saying I'm not the only one that's successful in life. I'm just saying, doing things like I'm the only one with a high school diploma, and to my youngest brothers, you know what I'm saying, they look up to me a lot. I gained a lot of knowledge from my older brother. I got one sister,
Okay.
so she was like a mother figure to us. But being a middle child, man, I think it's probably you got the best of both worlds. You're not the youngest, you're not the oldest. Like you said, you put it right on the head, man. I learned a lot from being in the middle from both sides. Like where I really want to be in life. So
Okay. Um, what do you say was the best thing about growing up, as a West Sider in the hood?
man, I'm gonna give you a little bit. The street I stayed on was heavily drug infested. I say the house to my left was a trap house.
Okay.
The house right in my grandma's house was a dope house. One, two, three, four, five houses across the street were dope houses. So, and there was the operation. We sit right in the middle with a couple more older folks on the block, but we sit right in the middle of that drug operation, right there, center in the middle of it. So, like that dog song, like there, I seen my first body drop when I was 8 years old. You know, and
Man.
but uh, besides all that, then of course, like folks in my family, either you was on drugs or you sold drugs. As the older people, and then kind of trickle down with the younger people. But I say about the best thing of my childhood, I guess my siblings. We lean on each other a lot, especially my older brother. He was out there kind of early.
Right,
But
right.
me and my other two younger brothers, and of course my sister too. But she was female, so she kind of hung with the other females. That was about probably my best time with my brothers, man.
So family was a big thing for you.
Yeah, family big still today. Yes.
That's what's up. So growing up in that environment and looking at where you are now, what kind of saved you? What was that? Was there a defining moment that made you say, "Hey, I don't want to get so caught up in this to where I fall to some of the perils of the hood"? Was there a certain defining moment, or was it just like over time you just said, "You know what? I ain't fit to fool with this. I'm fit to go on a totally different route"?
Yeah. Really, it was just like over time. I'm gonna say, then when I started having kids, and I really didn't realize. I hear a lot of folks say, like they can hang around a certain person or uh, hang around a certain environment, but it's not going to affect them.
Okay.
So to me, like birds of the feather really do flock together. I know it's the old saying, but I give an analogy that let's say you got on your fresh fit, you got on your new clothes, you got your fresh shoes, but it been raining that day. You got to walk through this mud puddle. Man, you walk through this mud puddle so long, and you trying not to get dirty. You get to the other side where you trying to go, look down, you gonna have a little dirt somewhere.
Right.
So so what I'm trying to say, if you don't if you don't try to avoid it, if you try to walk through it, you go. I don't care, like me, you hang around each other every day, man.
Yeah,
Some that you do go genuinely rub off on me
for sure.
without me even knowing it. So really, I just had to change my environment. Then my kids, man.
Kids
That's your point.
really do a lot for you, you
Yeah,
know.
my kids, man. It's like, do I want to be out? Like I said, when I start catching them cases, when I caught my first drug case, um, then I get to the second one. I suppose I had a second one. We can talk about that. But when I first caught my first drug case at a young age, I was like, it's just time, man.
It was just that time, and then with the
Mm-hmm.
kids, that just kind of pushed you over the edge to say, you know what, I don't want this for my kids. I don't want them to experience the stuff that I went through, because I could tell you I come from a similar background, and so the first time didn't get me. The second time really didn't get me, but the third time I was just like, man, I'm done with this,
Yeah.
and
Mm-hmm.
changed my environment, changed my life. So it sounds like you went along a very similar path.
Yeah.
Um, Now, how old is your oldest kid? How many you got?
I got two kids. My oldest 15.
15. So,
He's 16 this summer.
boy.
A boy. I got a boy and a girl.
Okay, so you really now got a lot to show them something different in this world, because it's crazy out there right now, man.
It's crazy, man.
And you coming from the cloth, you know what I'm saying? You coming from where in this city, a lot of stuff really kicked off like on the west side of Birmingham back in
Yeah.
the day,
Yeah, man.
and now you look at it, it's all over. What's one of the biggest gems that you try to teach your kids right now?
Um, Really, man, just working on themselves for real. Don't be a follower. You know what I'm saying? Try to show them leadership. Be real. Just be your own person, man. In a positive way, be your own person. And I push that a lot.
I think that's important in life, especially for a lot of our young kids. They're so influenced with social media and seeing that, the imagery that they see on social media. They think that that's what's popping, and then on the other side of social media, there's also positive. So it's like we gotta kind of steer them to that positive, and it's so hard sometimes.
It's hard, man.
But you walk in the path. That's a good thing, and I salute that. Um, Now, when I talked a little bit about being in the culture, you've been on the street side, and then at some time in your life, a lot of people don't know that you used to be an artist yourself. I know you do a lot of promotion now, but you used to be an artist yourself. So you rap, you sing, what'd you do?
Man, yeah, I used to rap a little bit.
Okay.
I was in a group back then.
What was the name of the group?
The Fam.
The Fam. Okay.
The Fam. Yeah. You know, just while I was out there doing what I was doing, you know, couple of my buddies, you know, I just want to shout out to my buddies, man, cause I didn't veer away from them. I had some good friends. We like brothers today. So
That's
let's
what's up.
say that they most of them pretty much stayed on a narrow path. The ones that I used to rap with. We were in a group called the Fam, and that was around the time when Trillville was big.
Okay.
You know, Crime Mob. So
Knuck it if you buck it.
Bug, you know, 3-6 Mafia. So we kind of took on that role right there. So we out here, we just making crunk songs and, you know, doing pretty good. To me, we opened up, like everybody that came to the city, we were so young, we didn't care going to a club, say, hey man, I heard Project Pat go be here. We want to open up.
Okay.
And they see all us come together, they're like, come on.
So y'all was, the whole fam was pulling up.
The whole fam pulling up, man. I'm talking, we opened up for everybody. Project Pat. Whoever came to the city, Young G's, Lil Chat. Whoever came to these little clubs and strip clubs back then, we made sure that we were opening up for them.
That's what's up. That's what's up. So from rapping to doing promotion.
Okay.
Because that's like now how I got hip to you. Like I say, I've been doing music for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And when I first saw you, I was like, I remember his face. I just don't remember where. And it could have been back from the music days, but I never forget a face.
Okay.
And then I saw you doing a lot of the promotional stuff.
Okay.
And I know that you've been doing it for a while, but I got hip in the last 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
So tell me about that journey, man. Because promotion, that's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, like I was rapping, but at the time, you know, I'm not gonna say I was alright. You know what I'm saying? I throw a few bars out there. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't see myself making a lot of money rapping. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But back then, so I was like, man, you know, I was about the dollar. I ain't gonna lie, I was about the dollar. And when I was younger, I was thinking, I was like, man, I don't see myself making no money. Thing is, well, let me reverse. I started being on a team with certain artists in the city.
Okay.
And they had a bigger name than me. They had a bigger buzz in the music industry.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna really say street, but the music industry. They had a bigger name than me. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go rock with these guys and I'm gonna take the back seat. You know, I had that mentality back then. I'm gonna get behind him and we go push it. And when I pushed this artist, like, you know, it was me. Now I could have put that same motion behind myself, but I was like, man, I can put this. I'm in the clubs, like I'm promoting my own music. So he's so mad when he goes to the club. He's like, man, we heard about you before you even got here, man. He said, well, you got a little guy. You got to do it in here every week, pushing you. So they kind of got my motive that when I started doing that, but I did that like with them like for 2 years. So after that, like, man, you know what, dog? I ain't hopping into the music. So I just really stayed on the path of street teams, you know what I'm saying? Then I started doing it for other artists, you know what I'm saying? Like you print up your flyers and your CDs and all that. We'll put a package together. I'm gonna say I'm gonna charge you this much, and I'm gonna hit the streets with your stuff.
So it sounds like you kind of like started out like almost managing.
Yeah.
And then like transition to like doing the street team. So was you like hanging posters and flyers and passing out
flyers and you know what I'm saying? So y'all ain't gotta be out here singing doing that. I'ma do it. You know what I'm saying? You give me X amount of dollars, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna flood the city with all your stuff.
So that's like that real promotion. That's that back in the day, I remember they used to call it guerrilla marketing.
Guerrilla marketing, exactly.
Man, so I used to do that with my team and we would go out and pass out CDs and flyers. Our big thing, we used to be on the South Side all the time back in the day.
That was a big.
And because it was so packed, because you had the college kids, plus you had the high school kids that wanted to kind of come out, because there wasn't a whole lot of places to party, but the South Side had a lot of people, so we used to go out there and do a lot of CDs and giveaways and stuff like that. Sell some at the same time. You know, we'd be selling CDs too.
$1, $2, $5, whatever you want to give me. Me and my buddy, when I was doing my music, that's what I used to do. Well, theirs too. I go out there and sell my music.
So, coming from that to where you are now, do you like the music business back then with the hand to hand, or do you like it better now with the streaming and digital sales and things of that nature? What do you think was more beneficial for artists?
Of course, right now, you know what I'm saying? Everything is from a tap of your button, like a button. But what the problem is now, artists have got lazy. You know what I'm saying?
Expound upon that. What you mean by they done got lazy?
They think it's all just about pushing a button. You know, going to the studio, drop a song, and I supposed to blow up. You know what I'm saying? Make a video, and I suppose to blow up. Why nobody ain't mess with me? You know, why my music ain't blowing up? My city don't mess with me. Get the city something to mess with you about. You know what I'm saying?
I hear that. Just from us having a discussion, I don't even like to think of it as like an interview. You know what I'm saying? I like to call these like conversations about the culture, right?
Yeah.
And so I think from what I've seen, and like I say, you and I have both been in it for a minute. I don't know if artists have necessarily got lazy. I think they just, from the outside looking in, they see someone else take off that they didn't see for a while, and they think, oh, they went viral, so now all I got to do is go viral and I'm gonna make it.
Yeah.
And I think that, so they constantly trying to go viral instead of understanding how the business really works.
It's a lottery.
Well, I call, that's what I used to say. I used to have this saying where if you just planning to go viral and think you're gonna make it, you playing the lottery. You got a better chance of going to Atlanta and buying a lottery ticket and hitting $1 million than going viral and catching a real deal.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that artists spend a lot of time trying to figure it out. Yeah. And I think that, you know, over time, a lot of them do, but they've lit a lot of time has passed. And so they either get discouraged or life catches up with them. Now, as you get older, like us, you get family, you know, you wasn't making a lot of money rapping. So you get to that point to where it's like, man, do I still want to pursue this dream? So where do you see yourself when you're promoting an artist? How do you keep them encouraged and motivated while you're doing promotion for you, or you helping them with management?
Right now, I'm sorry, man. Let me retrace back when you had asked what I like better. I do think I think today is better, but I do think the old way is necessary. Like through the promotions. Like I got an old cat. He not an old cat, like, but he do a lot of reggae parties.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So Caribbean parties and stuff like that.
Now, I like that reggae.
Yeah, and he hit the street with flyers and, you know, going to different clubs and cars. He's still doing that. And I like, man, that's I don't see why you doing that, and everything right here in front of you. So I'm saying I got lazy. You know what I'm saying? The internet got you lazy. You know what I'm saying? Like everything right in front of you. And I went to one of his events. So I'm listening, and I hear a person over here. Hey, yo, this person, they got a whole group of people. Yeah, man. I got your flyer from such and such. I seen this flyer right here. I seen this flyer right here. I said, oh man, you know, so
he did a little bit of both. He was online, plus he had the flyers,
and he's on his own street team. But I think he had a couple more people. I like, okay, that's still kind of, you don't see art. I think if an artist bring that back, imagine, think about it like this. Let's say you driving down the street, you see like how we used to be back in the day. You see an artist just all the way down Bevel Superhighway.
Mm-hmm.
You see this artist poster all the way down East Lake. You might not pay attention, but then you ride through Woodlawn, you go see it. You done went over here in Irondale, dog. I still see these posters. Eventually, you go get on your phone. Who is this, man? You know what I'm saying?
It's funny. It's funny you say that too, because I've done that myself. I done seen some flyers or something going by, and as I see the flyer, I'm like, man, let me see who this is. And that way you're able to catch up on both.
Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, man. What was the course? I had to go back.
You know, you hit it right. You hit it right. So now that you've made that switch,
okay.
And you talk about being one way versus the other way,
like with the management and all that.
Mm-hmm. Then you now you doing award shows.
Yeah.
What made you do that?
Man, like once I started promoting, you know, you really just gotta like just like in music. I took the dope game, the rap game, and I brought it into when I started really marketing and promote.
Okay.
So what I do is I try to find them in the promoting world. I try to find a demographic where nobody ain't really doing this, and where this type of entertainment is needed, or my service is needed. So I studied people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I studied people. I studied people that's around me. I studied people that's in the industry that's doing what I'm doing. It's necessary.
Okay.
So it's necessary. Like I started out doing comedy shows. Once I was doing comedy shows, that was my first show, a comedy show.
Okay.
So when I did the comedy show, there weren't a lot of independent comedy shows being done in the city. You know, of course, it was a lot of showcases and stuff. I started doing like the showcases to the big parties. I'm getting to the award show. I started doing like just regular club nights. Whatever, jumped for a long time. That's how I really got my name out there. I started doing like twerkathons and big parties.
Okay. The twerkathon.
Twerkathon.
Okay.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna lie. This like, hey, probably hottest twerkathon in the South. I went. I think we did me and this girl named. She did most of it with her name Kiki for real.
Okay.
We did probably I want to say 16 in a row. You know what I'm saying? That was successful 16 in a row. And so basically, like I said, I go back to the demographics. I like, man, it watered down everything I was doing. Like so many clubs opening up, artists doing this, artists doing that. I linked in with some people out of town, and I started going to award shows. Independent award shows, man. I was
and that made you want to do it yourself.
Yeah, so that I went back to school. I went to school. I said, okay. I'm at these award shows. I see like and let's say like I went to one in Memphis, man, and man, you see it's not nobody hold their nuts on nobody.
Did you go to the SCAs? Was it the SCA awards?
No, one of the SCA.
Okay.
This is a real independent just award show.
Okay.
Straight hip hop and R&B.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And man, I come there, I see Lil Chatty now, Famous Animal, Skinny Pimp, you know, the OGs.
Yeah.
Know. It was like, folks really intertwined with it. You know what I'm saying? One just people just coming out, people that's been in the game, and I like, man, it's dope. I said, my city ain't got this.
So you brought it back to the city.
Yeah, brought it back to the city. So I went to one in Atlanta. You go see folks like Young Ralph, Young LA, people like, people in that caliber right there, people that had stuff going or finna have stuff going. You know what I'm saying? Franchise, some of the franchise. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Then you had other people like just coming out. So it was just a big, networking tight. You know, like I said, man, this is wonderful, man. Let's just see all these faces. So I want to bring it back to the city. My city, and like I said, I look at demographics where we ain't got. I know we got other award shows, but other award shows really just don't cater just to. We don't have nothing. I look. We don't have a award show that just cater just to
Rap and
hip hop and R&B.
Okay.
Rap and R&B. This the only award show in the state that cater to just hip hop and
That's smart.
R&B.
That's smart.
You know what I'm saying? You and I go see. It's not a money grab for me. I'm not gonna have just everything from,
Country.
country.
Not that country ain't the culture.
Culture, know what I'm saying?
But you decided to cater to rap and hip hop and R&B.
Yeah, and best restaurant and all that. I said, okay, but I don't, you know what I'm saying? Though this what this was. So, and last year was the first one, and like I said, if I put my name on it, man, you gotta, my name gotta stand out. So there's something with it. I didn't have cheap. I don't have cheap awards. I went and got quality awards.
And I can attest to that because I was blessed to be one of the winners the first year. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I wasn't even able to go, man, and I wasn't even anticipating winning an award. You know what I mean? So it felt good because I won one of the. It's so funny. I won one at a different award show.
Wow.
And I was just like, I didn't expect it. And then yours came right after that, and I was like, man, it felt good to be recognized. And 2 years ago, I'm just turning 50.
Wow.
So I'm like at 50 years old, I'm still being recognized. That it was really rewarding. And then of course, you and I got a chance to talk more after that because I was like, man, I'm sorry I couldn't come.
Yeah.
And because you was like, man, you need to pull up, and I was like, man, I was kind of like tied up, but man, I can attest to the quality of the award, y'all. I mean, it's really nice. It's not something that was cheaply made. Name was spelled right, and that matter, right? When you get something, you want it to matter. And so, shout out for doing that for the culture because I believe, especially in our state, in our city, our culture needs something to inspire people to keep going. Sometimes those small awards for people is just like, and not to say small, let me not call it small. Sometimes those awards for people are very big to them because they've been busting their butt and they feel like nobody is seeing them.
Exactly.
And then when they get a chance to get an award and they feel seen, and you provide that platform because they came out, they was able to do that and perform, and then they get a chance to network with everybody in one place,
man.
And that's really an awesome vibe.
Yeah, man. My photographer had just sent me some pictures this year, and I went back. Man, I was moving, so it was the first one. The first one really went over my head. It was a blessing, but it was overwhelming. I didn't know it was gonna be that big. That big, man.
And for the people, so that people don't know, what's the name of the award show? What did you call it?
Big Motion Award Show.
The Big Motion Award Show. I like
Street
that.
Motion Entertainment.
Street Motion Entertainment. Definitely got to shout that out.
Yeah. So this second annual Big Motion Award Show going down March 8th. But like we had like 500 plus people in there.
Man.
And
that's huge.
Yeah. So I'm going through the pictures, man. We got folks how was the guy name? I had like folks back in the day that used to rap Smoke Ham and
that's the homie.
Loke, what's his name?
Lonnie Loke.
Lonnie Loke was in
shout out to both of them, man. I ain't never worked with Smoke. Me and Lonnie did a little work back in the day.
What's his name? Out of Collegeville, Birmingham J.
That's the homie.
All the DJ Stick, man, FB Bucci, it's just a lot of folks were pulling up, man. You know what I'm saying? So I was gonna look through the picture. I was like, man, you know what? It was some moguls in here, man.
Yeah,
I didn't even reach out to them, so it was just so I like.
They came out and supported.
They came out and supported it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was something that the city needed. To me, it's something that the city needed, man. I like, man, it's something that they can pull everybody together, man.
That's what's up. And that's one way you've given back to the city with the award show. Now I know you've done some other give backs to give back to the city and to the culture. Tell me a little bit about some of those things that you've done outside of the music to give back.
Basically, I don't put it on air, but I have did a lot of like homeless, like feed the homeless. Pull up at Land Park. I don't cook. I go like to a fast food restaurant. Get $100, $200 worth of burgers, fries, go pizzas and drinks, and go out there feed the homeless. I do a toy drive.
Okay.
I've been doing a toy drive for the last 2 years. Get the toys, and I really try to cater to like I don't spread it out a lot. Try to cater to like two to five families,
Okay.
so it can be really worth it. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm starting a program called Keep Kids Active. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So what that is about is if you notice in the city, uh, when we was growing up, we seen a lot, but we had a lot to do towards the community centers, pain, PAT, and
Yeah.
we didn't have to pay a lot of money to be involved. So if you want to play basketball was free.
Yeah.
It was funded. So you want to play baseball, softball, you can go to the park. It was big in the summer when I was
Yeah.
coming up.
I remember that.
Everybody was on their neighborhood softball team. It was huge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then you go see the city when it comes basketball the same way. And don't know what happened. It's like man, after school activities is high now. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
high. You know what I'm saying? The ones that we got, man, you gotta really have some. You gotta really have. Parents gotta bust their butt to keep their kids active these days. So what I'm doing, I'm teaming up with organizations and people like myself, and we just going around. We picking out kids. We go acknowledge, like kind of like the awards. You go acknowledge the kids. Give them small little interviews, and we gonna start giving back to kids and organizations, and just hopefully it just grow big as I think it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. And I want to first off, before we wrap this up, I want to thank you for coming because you didn't have to come. Like I said, you're my first interview here in our space. So, hopefully this turns out well. I'm not even watching the live. I'm just taping it and putting it out there. And if it's live, it's cool. And, we gonna make it do what it do.
Okay.
Secondly, I want to invite you to come here to not only 101.1 the culture, but, we're in the Crescent Cultural Community Center. And that's one of the things that we do. We do a lot of give backs. We do a lot of stuff for kids. And so it takes a village to make stuff like this work. And so anybody that's doing something positive in the community and giving back to the culture and helping these young men and these young women with these kids and families that need another big brother or big sister or someone that can offer some advice or a helping hand or help facilitate programs to help enrich their lives, we definitely want to invite you to come over here to the Crescent Community Center. Before we go, you got any special shout outs, any people that you want to acknowledge or, I know you talked about your event. Your event is March 8th.
Saturday, March 8th. Right now, it's at the Bosses Midtown Lounge, downtown South Side. Yeah. If you can go to my page, you can look me up on any social media at T-Maine Bham. That's TMAINE Bham BHAM, or go to the second annual Big Motion Awards Show page on Facebook.
Okay, cool.
All the information will be on those.
All right. And any special performances, any surprises coming up on there?
We got special performances. We ain't really got no major surprises for real. But there'll be a lot of.
But you were surprised last year, so you never know, right?
You never know. Yeah, you never got to come out and see. You never know. It's a red carpet event, man. And that's another thing that surprised me last year. I'm sorry, my city, but it did. Man, they came dressed. They put it on last year. Man, they put it on, man. So but I'm T-Maine Bham. Just shout out to every artist out there, every artist, promoter, engineer, producer, if you're in marketing, anyone, anything you doing, man, shout out to you. Keep on doing it, man, and shit, make it happen.
That's what's up. And with that, 101.1 The Culture. Check us out, and we are out. Peace.
Oh yeah.